right, ready?
Yep.
Oh my god, episode 50, Upheaval in
It's the
Central.
promised land. Why does it still look like the same theme song?
I think it is.
Why?
I don't know.
Why can I not hear it?
No! The ways in which this show decides to divide its seasons is an enigma.
I was gonna say, like, half these fights haven't happened yet, but, like, I'm always, like, wondering, like, if it's just, like, I do that for the theme, or, like, it's actually...
I feel like sometimes the fights are, like, more symbolic and not, like, actual, like, clips from the fight.
Right.
But, like, the people versus the people are the same.
Yeah. I'm also concerned.
Fine!
Again, by the end, I think people will be physically fine.
Yes. Emotionally, who knows?
Nah.
And welcome back to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I am your host, Kane Clothy. With me is my co-host,
Dara Whitman.
How's it going, Dara?
Final battle?
It's the final battle. Everybody's gonna die. And so today, of course, we were talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. We have just entered the final arc. We're going to be talking about episode 50, Upheaval in Central, and episode 51, The Immortal Legion.
That's fine.
Excellent. I'm
It's
so
fine.
excited. So before we get started, of course, let's plug some social media. We are Witty Close Productions. You can find us on a variety of social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever social media sites are still running these days. I don't know if everything's
Which one's not run by a crazy evil person?
So that was all for our social media. You can follow us at Witty Close. You can also listen to our audio-only podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
We're also on YouTube, which is probably where you're
Like,
watching.
comment, subscribe. We will read comments on the show. And we also have a Patreon where you can give us money, but we'll talk about that more at the end. So thank you in advance for following. We do appreciate it. But what I want to talk about is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Dara, how are we feeling? We just entered the final arc.
Currently not great, but I'm expecting to feel not great.
Yeah, it was not bad so far.
Well,
just after
it's like we're doing great and we're doing but bad stuff still happening.
Yeah. Things are starting to get worse, and we can only assume that they're going to get more worse.
Well, we got a little bit of hope at the end of the last episode that we watched, like a sliver,
a little bit of something.
and like a message that I actually like.
Yes.
So yay. But before we get to that,
yeah, Dara, you told me that you have some predictions for how this is going to.
So we talked about this on our last Patreon stream where I had a bunch of predictions, and then I said I was gonna I was trying to make a chart, but then I couldn't really figure it out, so then I just made a Pages document, and Caitlin got me all the pictures.
Yeah, guys, if you have not watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood before, or if your friends haven't, do not tell them to Google image search things, because every other search was something from this final arc, and I'm like, I can't put this in there, so I took on the task of
so I made a Pages with the pictures, and we'll just put them up on this.
Yeah, all right, we'll pull this up. So you organize them as
so it's 3 categories, but 3 other subcategories.
Okay.
And then 3 other surprise categories.
All right,
I have.
Walk me through this.
Okay, so the first category is alive, so I think by the end of this, they're going to be physically fine.
Okay.
So we've got Ed and Al.
Yes.
Winry.
Okay.
That's not, is it Havoc?
Havoc, yeah.
Because I didn't know where he was at this point.
Right, so we thought he was just off being disabled somewhere.
Technically from the last episode I watched, he's okay.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
For the most part. And again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I think Pinaco's gonna be definitely okay, and I think the Curtises are gonna be okay.
Okay. That's
they're tough.
Yeah, they're strong.
I know
she's mess with them.
I know she's a housewife.
Yes.
But she's
just a housewife.
Exactly.
Why would she get involved?
So I think they're gonna be okay. Maybe I would say maybe one of them will die, but I don't think so because Sig didn't seem like that much of a fighter, but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
he's a big dude.
And then we have the next category is alive/maybe.
So we're operating on a sliding scale of definitely alive to definitely dead, and then a maybe kind of.
Yeah, so it's I'm leaning
scale.
towards they're probably gonna be okay, but also I wouldn't, but I'm on the cusp with them.
Yeah.
So that's Ling, Maria, Hawkeye, Fu.
Okay.
I'm gonna fit on the page. And then Lanfan, both Armstrong,
Mrs.
Bradley, and Mustang. I think They're in like the either I don't think they're gonna die, but I'm not 100% sure they're not gonna die. So I'm like maybe, but then I'm also like I can see them living.
Yeah. It's like they're probably gonna live, but you wouldn't be like totally shocked if something. You'd be kind of shocked if something.
I wouldn't
happened.
be shocked. Maybe like a couple of them died.
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe.
But they're probably gonna make it. But this is like who knows?
Maybe it's basically any of the team stuff.
Yeah. Any of
the Chimeras, anybody on Mustang's team, anybody on like the Briggs team.
The Chimeras, yeah.
Yeah, they're all maybe. So like it could go either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then we got maybe / dead.
Yeah, so we're kind of leaning towards they're probably not, but they might.
They might.
But so probably not.
I'm going Scar. I'm going Kimberly. I'm going Hohenheim.
Okay.
I like Mei Chang and Sha Mei. I wasn't sure at the point of the episode because like because they ended up that's like where they were, but now I'm still like the maybe. I'm now more leaning towards like just maybe with them.
Yeah, solid maybe, not maybe.
As of making this is before we went to the episodes.
Yeah,
I was like maybe, and then Ghost Greed.
Ghost Greed. Well, I wasn't sure because you gave me a character list and you had Ling, Greedling, and Greed as 3 separate characters.
Because I think separate things. I think they're somehow going to get separated.
Okay.
So that's why I put maybe dead for Greedling because I had Ling and maybe alive.
So the Ling side is more likely to make it than the Greed or Greedling side. Okay.
So that's what I think.
That's an important distinction.
I think May and Chame might have moved to just maybe for now because of where they are.
Will you share with us your theory of what made you think they were going to be?
Because dead? I thought that I thought they got to father before.
Before the events of the Promised Dead.
Exactly. I thought they got to father and therefore something bad happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
But since we watched the episode and that wasn't the case, that's why.
Got it. Okay.
And then dead.
Yeah.
So I think Grumman's dead.
Oh, okay.
I think because I mentioned this before, the fact that like his like one of the powers like came out of nowhere and it's very like he's not really, he's kind of like in mid when it comes to that. So I'm like he could be died.
Okay, that makes sense.
And basically all the villains.
Yeah. So Father, Pride, the Fuhrer.
I think I forgot a picture of Greed, but I think he's gonna die too.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, Greed. I mean, you have him maybe dead.
Oh, I thought that was Greed Ghost.
Yeah, no, Greed, like, that's the essence of Greed. So I should have specified.
I meant to put him in dead.
Got it.
So that's fine. So then basically, I think on the bad, I think like you said, like I'm gonna be mostly satisfied by the end of this.
Yeah.
So to me, that kind of means that like
everyone I don't like beeps it.
and that means I think that like they're gonna succeed with that. With succeeding, that means that like the bad people are gonna die. Okay. So the next we have already dead.
Yeah. Not seeing heaven.
I don't know what that was supposed to be. Gluttony. I don't know why that happened.
Aw, poor Gluttony.
Maybe seeing heaven.
I would hope that although he was involved.
That's
in a genocide. That's fair.
Yes, he did have some war crimes on him. I know he didn't really seem to ever repent from his war crimes. Yeah. To like, I know he's like a father and like and husband, but like there was a genocide and war crimes. So like. And then also seeing heaven. Absolutely.
That was a really good bonus category. Did not know that was in there.
Okay, also, there is burning in hell and getting his balls cut off repeatedly.
Yeah. This is really good.
And then the final one is...
there's the last one.
Separate and playing in heaven.
Oh, yay.
The end.
Oh, no! This was really
You know what I'm thinking about that? Is that like if I didn't know the context, I would find that adorable.
I'm like, oh, that's cute. Except it's not. It's the very last thing.
That's it.
Oh, that's really good. Thank you for sharing that. That was so good.
That's why I was like, so I looked up these pictures on my own because like I didn't want to give you like I was gonna do a surprise thing, but like luckily the only bad thing was with the Nina Alexander Chimera, and this was me because it was late and I was an idiot. I was like looking up the Chimera pictures, and then I accidentally hit Nina Alexander Chimera DeviantArt.
No, it wasn't Dara, honey.
It wasn't that bad, but I was like,
I was still DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with me. Any other theories you want to expound on while we're here, or just the?
I think the only other theory that I had, which I'm still standing by at this point, which is that I think I said this in the stream, I think Al's getting his body back.
Yeah.
But I don't think Ed's gonna get his arm and leg back.
Okay, that's a very good theory.
Just because like I think it's gonna end up being a thing where like they need to choose one or the other, and Ed's obviously gonna.
He's gonna be like, actually no, I like my arm. Good luck with your metal body.
No, he's a good brother.
He is a good brother. It's not called Brotherhood for no reason.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and we were talking about episode 50, specifically Upheaval in Central. So let's get started on a synopsis.
Was there some upheaval in Central?
There's a lot going on in Central.
There's a lot going on.
Everyone's in Central. We're gonna find out. I think a lot more people than we realized are in Central.
Well, also like the outside area. Mm-hmm. That's also super.
The outskirts.
So really, like, except for like people who aren't
the slums.
The slums. So really, basically, like everybody who isn't fighting is in Central.
Yeah. Yes. So we're going to start off, of course, as you remember last episode, there was a whole thing with Mustang's team, and they were being confronted by Central troops. And there was, like, gunshots going off. We didn't know who survived.
They're fine.
Spoiler alert, they're fine.
We need alive is Mustang. Kill the rest.
Oh. And then they died?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Really?
Got him.
Oh!
You told them to kill everyone except Mustang. So that was a direct order to kill the Fuhrer's wife, then?
Interesting.
Has our country betrayed him?
Oh,
or
honey.
Has my husband chosen to abandon me?
Oh, poor thing.
What?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, there's actually people in the rafters.
So who are they?
They are. Who are they? I think they actually each one of these guys has their own page on the wiki. So shout out wiki writers. Oh, like, that's who this guy is. His name is Charlie.
That helps.
So let's see.
But we haven't met. Have we met them before?
Mm-hmm. We haven't really met them. We've seen some of these guys in the past couple episodes, but we haven't really been properly introduced to them. They are former military who are taking Mustang's side.
Okay, so we've like slipped, because I'm like thinking like these people came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so we haven't really gotten a chance to know.
But like
these
they've
guys.
kind of like been in the background a little bit, or like
we may have seen them in the background. They may have been more in the manga, but we've seen them.
Okay.
Some of these guys were here. Remember when the Fuhrer's train blew up and we got like a shot of random people and we're like, who are those guys?
Oh yeah,
those are these guys.
So the only Mustang had something to do with the train blowing up, or was that other people contacting them?
Great question. I think it's the idea is that Grumman kind of led the charge on that, but they're all like all these guys are technically on the same team.
Okay.
So there's this idea that there's some former military folks who probably fought in Ishval, aren't really thrilled with everything going on, and now they're here joining forces with Mustang, and they're proving to be very valuable in the way that they are, fighting back against the military. Mm-hmm. So there's a kind of an interesting moment here where we find out that the orders are to kill everyone except Mustang, of course, as we know, because Mustang is a valuable human sacrifice, probably, maybe, whatever that means.
A possible human sacrifice.
Possible human sacrifice, yeah, but they do not want to get away with him. But also, amongst the people that they're telling to kill is Mrs. Bradley.
Right.
So Mrs. Bradley starts putting it together that, it doesn't matter if she dies. So that could mean one of two things. It could mean either that there's the military's undermining her husband's power, or her husband does not care about her.
What?
So they're two.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah. What's up?
Okay, so I think. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think Wrath and Greed were the only people who, or the only homunculuses who were human beings who just like got injected with.
Yes.
Philosopher's Stones and then survived it.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw with Greed that, like, there was some humanity in him because of, like, his other team and, like, he remembered them and he cared that they were gone.
Yeah.
So, and I was always, like, not bashing Mrs. Bradley, but I'm like, okay, something's up with her. Now I'm thinking, like, less so, but I think that, like, nobody cared about who he picked as a wife.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a humanity thing that picked her.
There was an element, where Wrath says that, out of the things that were chosen for him, he got to choose his wife.
Right. So that's what I think the human thing into it. So I think he does care about his wife, but she doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
So when she finds out, she's gonna be upset.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's realizing now that either everything that she believes her husband has worked for is either crumbling beneath them, or he is maybe not a great guy.
Right, because I'm thinking, like, I think most of his humanity is gone because, like, I'm like the part where he was annoyed at a child for crying at her father's funeral.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wrath sucks. Let's be honest.
no, he sucks.
Here.
But I think that little bit of humanity is his wife, is like the love he has for his wife. So that's like the little bit there,
or the tolerance at least he has for.
No, I do think it's like some kind of like love.
Yeah.
Like again, that's like the little bit of there. So one, I don't think he knows about this order.
Mm-hmm. Right, because as far as we know, he has been blown up, and we don't know where he is right
I'm
now.
thinking, I guess something more about like I could see maybe like Wrath going against father just for Mrs. Bradley's sake.
Okay, that would be interesting.
It would be. I still think he's gonna die, and like he'd be a bad guy. But like he's gonna. Just because of like the fact that like since we saw some humanity in greed, and he was made from a human.
Right. Yeah, we have yet to see. Wrath has not even come back yet, so we don't even. I mean, we can assume one because of the opening, two because he is a homunculus that like blowing up isn't going to do much. So he's probably going to be back at some point. We have not seen him yet.
Yeah, because like none of these. Because I was thinking like one, I don't think Father fully understands humanity. If we're being honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because he could never really control greed. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
okay. That's all I got. And they'll all be right? I'm definitely right at everything.
You're right about everything.
I was right about people who are already dead.
That's true. That you had that.
Although for some reason the gluttony picture didn't show up, and I'm really sad about it.
I'll edit it in. Okay. That's fine.
It was the one where his stomach was open.
Oh yeah, good times, good times. Gluttony is such a fascinating character.
But he's not seeing heaven.
Oh, absolutely not. He has killed too many people.
I promise that we'll protect your life. And once the dust has settled, you can be the one to tell our country that we were always on their side.
Oh, it's all a political move.
He's good.
Here comes their backup. Be glad that we're not from Briggs. This would be a kill shot. What?
True. Nice. Get him in the leg.
Colonel.
I think that shot could have killed him.
Yeah.
Good
work.
Who were they?
I was expecting Grumman. He's sorting out the wreckage.
Do I?
No, not really.
Okay.
They just showed up.
Okay, good.
Like one or two episodes ago.
Haha. Why the hell aren't they dead yet?
Great question.
It can't be that hard. They've only got 5 men.
Send me pictures of Colonel Mustang.
We're here to have a full platoon of soldiers now, sir.
How many have we lost so far?
We have.
How are you talking and still keeping that cigar in your mouth?
Skills.
0.
He's the cigar suspension alchemist.
It's a miracle no one's been killed so far.
I think that's the plan. Mustang's good at his job.
Oh my god, it's so good because they have to do a counteroffensive but still be politically sound.
Corpses piling up high. Unless...
Got him.
No doubt about it. What do you mean they're not killing anyone?
Well,
they're
I
mocking
think the
us.
guy got hit in the thigh and that might
Send
be
in
critical.
Dimitri and Kim's squad. I want their dead bodies stacked in front of me, and I want it done now.
And I want pictures of Roy Mustang.
Apprehended Mustang. What the hell is
Preferably
General Clement
shirtless.
doing over there?
They're systematic.
But after Mrs. Bradley comes to that realization, Mustang kind of further asserts, he's like, hey, no matter what's going on here, I got your back. So don't worry about it. We're going to protect you whether this is your husband's doing or it's not. Mm-hmm. So as we kind of go along, we kind of see this attack is further kind of expanding out. This fight is further expanding out. And it's very important to know that Mustang's team is not killing anybody.
They're just wounding them.
They're just wounding them. So
I think
good.
except for like a couple wounds, they're not really like critically wounding them even.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Because I'm pretty sure if you get shot, well, I guess like something like if you get shot in, like the thigh. I mean, also like because there's like vessels in there, so I think that could kill you.
There is a major blood vessel in your leg that if that ruptures, you're probably gonna die.
But also there's a lot of muscle there, so like
yes.
maybe could have gone through. But
exactly.
like I think they're just like trying to like hit spots that are not gonna kill people.
Yeah. So they're.
But it does make them look better technically to like the people.
Yeah. So I feel like there's a couple layers of this, right? Like one, I feel like this is very much like a political move.
Yeah.
Of being like, hey, I'm Mustang, I'm against you right now, but don't worry, I'm not trying to kill you, because, like, you know, I respect y'all. Because remember, this is eventually, if all goes well here, they're gonna have to make some political moves after this, so you have to make a political move. I also think, too, I think they're just, the one guy says, they're just toying with us, which I think it's very funny.
Well, also, because I was thinking about this, because, like, Mustang did say, well, not, I don't think Mustang didn't say this, Hawkeye said that when Mustang becomes, like, the leader, he is going to help I mean, everybody who was, like, involved in, like, the genocide and the war crimes, he's gonna hold them accountable, including himself. Yeah. So I think, like, he might say, like, no, I don't want to, like, just kill these people. Like, they need to be held accountable for their crimes.
That's true, too.
And I feel like, as a leader, if somebody says, like, hey, like, I'm in charge now, but I did some bad things, I need to be held accountable, so, like, we'll figure that out. Yeah. Even though, so, I don't know what that means for him, if that means jail time, even though he's in charge. Or just
community service. You just gotta plant a couple gardens and everything's okay. And also, I mean,
maybe work it in Ishvalan hospital, like in the Ishvalan slum.
Oh yeah,
go there.
Yeah, build up the community.
Yeah, get them. Honestly, if you do that thing to get the Ishvalans more integrated into Central and like give them actually stuff so that they could like survive and maybe even like I don't know like a temple so that they could like worship in. Yeah, that seems like atonement to me.
Seems like yeah,
that's a good atonement.
It helps.
And I think like
and give them their land back, but like whatever. Anyway,
is their land still available?
I mean, I'm not sure what's on there, but the land exists. So
they give them their land back, yeah.
Yeah. And it's only been a few years, so I don't think...
I wasn't sure if it 100% like really existed, so that's why I was like, get them like involved in, like get them like integrated into Central more. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, I think probably both.
Why not both?
Pork and Nibbles.
But live a nice temple on their land.
Yeah. Anyway, but I also think there's another part here where mass bloodshed only ever serves to serve the bad guy's side. Like, they love when a lot of people die, so I'm sure this is also, you know, an FU to that as well. I think my first instinct was, like, this is a political move, but, you know, I can imagine that, like, not killing people is only gonna help the good guys. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so we see it's a lot of fighting back and forth, and it's pretty funny. But and I just love Mustang's team; they're good, and we get to see some people. So we're gonna go back to, as we recall, there's been kind of this meeting of the really higher ups that Major General Armstrong has been in. And she's been kind of keeping an ear on that. Of course, they've been going crazy because, you know, the Fuhrer got blown up. Then there's a coup d'etat going on. So they are all kinds of...
Wasn't it supposed to just be easy? Like, the eclipse comes, we do this thing, and then we definitely live.
It's gonna be easy peasy.
All these dumb soldiers.
There's no way they can outlast our numbers while keeping this up.
Colonel Mustang must have gone soft.
Obviously. He can't possibly think this will work.
Unless.
If there's one thing softer than Mustang, it's the men under your command. You might as well send in children.
Excuse me?
Central Command was nearly iced over by a single dissident. That doesn't inspire too much confidence in your troops.
True.
How about this? Why don't you let me step in and take command of a battalion?
Yeah, and Armstrong is trying to make some power moves here. She is like, she kind of calls them out constantly. She's like, you guys are weak. You kind of suck. She's like, it was me and my guys. Like, we would have had this taken care of.
I keep getting confused. Is she doing this because it's part of, like, the plan? Because I know, like, she, like, is obviously not, like, actually a bad guy. Mm-hmm. We're... Right. So, like, is she involved? Is she just, like, doing this to be part of it? Or she's like, I just want to do this? Because I feel like when it comes to this kind of stuff, you need to be in communication with each other. You can't just have, like, a bunch of people doing different things.
I think her ultimate allegiance is with the good guys. I think she's always trying to make power moves, though. I think if she has an opportunity to seize control, she's gonna do that shit. But her ultimate alignment, I think, is with the good guys, at least everything that we've seen so far. And there is a guy takes a second to be like...
Your leadership skills have nothing to do with your presence in this office. You are being held here as a detainee and nothing more.
It's because you're a sexy
I'm aware
lady.
of your troops' undying loyalty to you as their commander. Holding you here as our prisoner helps to ensure that the soldiers of Briggs won't take it upon themselves to stage a coup d'etat.
You don't understand a single thing about the resolve of my troops.
True.
The only law the men of Briggs know is survival of the fittest. They know to abandon me if confronted with a crisis.
I mean, do they?
Even if you were to
They
murder
didn't, though,
me
that
in
one
cold
time.
blood,
That's true.
Oh, no, that
my
was her.
troops would simply write me off for being too weak. They don't need
I mean, that's what they're
men can act as their
taught
own
to do. It
force.
doesn't mean they will.
That's the strength of the Briggs army.
Cool.
The enemy is focused on his activities.
Oh!
Hello?
All right.
Yeah,
It's time
boy.
to kiss this cellar goodbye. Let's tear the throats out of any spineless fool that tries to get in our way.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Murder!
The guys from Briggs, hello, they're actually in Central.
It's not all of the guys, though, right?
It's all the guys that we like.
Well, no,
That's not true.
his
Major
name?
Miles is in
yeah,
there.
he's in the east. No,
He's-
east?
Yeah. But Captain Buccaneer and some of those guys that we see, along with... I'm not sure if you noticed, like, in that lineup, there's, like, a suspicious set of glowing red eyes in there, which is very funny. We'll get there.
What?
Don't worry about
Okay.
it. And so, but Captain Buccaneer is
They have a
there.
homunculus?
No, they don't.
Okay.
It's not a homunculus. It's gonna be funny when we get to that.
Every single one of my men is capable of defeating a grizzly bear in combat. I wonder if your dolls are as strong as my men. What do you think?
You bitch. They're gonna kill.
I love the Briggs. Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Also, like, guys, isn't it kind of warm there? You don't need, like...
It's about the style.
I know, but they're
It
gonna...
sends a message.
But, like, they're fighting, they're gonna get hot.
They just materialized.
I don't want them to
All
pass away.
sweaty.
Well, are they
I don't
using
want them to pass out.
sorcery or something?
Although, going by their gear, it looks like they're from the north. They're from Briggs.
Nice!
Oh, I love it.
Hey, isn't there an eclipse in, like, a few hours?
Don't worry about it. So, but the Briggs guys are noticeably not as on board with not killing people. So they don't give a shit. They will kill people.
They're killing people. And then...
They're ruthless.
But I feel like... And Mustang can also argue, like, they're not my men, so...
Yeah.
And also they're from... Yeah.
So, yes. So they just show up out of nowhere.
They're brutal. Like, there was a one guy with us, like, before it's, like, cut, they could just, like...
Yeah. But of course, this is Mustang goes on to explain. Remember when there's that scene of Armstrong and Mustang at the Armstrong mansion, and they have that conversation, and Mustang's like, you could hide an entire battalion in here. This place is huge. That's where they've been hiding.
Yeah.
Is in the Armstrong mansion, which is so good. Because so they've been able to hide them in there. Mustang's team is also noticeably running low on munitions. So that's not great, and they're going to need a refill eventually. So they're trying to fight and hold out as long as they can, but it's starting to become obvious that they are low on supplies.
Are you serious? Just how big is this mansion?
Charlie, I need more ammo.
Hate to say it, but I'm out too.
What do we do now? Listen, guys. If it comes down to it, just leave me behind.
Roger that.
Mustang.
Could at least pretend like you're willing to die by my side.
I'm fighting to live, not die.
Hawkeye's on
I'd
your
rather
side.
die
Yeah.
by my wife's side. They might be out of ammunition. Then it's time for us to move in. Round up all of the men that we
Okay,
have
one of
left.
them's a fire alchemist, though.
Yeah. You just go.
Boom. Ice cream!
Oh my god.
That looks like I thought it said ice cream. It just like,
Aw.
hey!
Time, Rebecca. I've got all sorts of goodies.
Oh, no ice cream.
Awesome.
I think we're
Not
setting
enough
conditions
vanilla.
now, guys.
Honest, Rebecca, I love you.
Hey, zip it. You're not allowed to flirt with me unless you've got money.
She's so real for that.
That's fair.
But good news is,
Ice cream!
y'all want some ice cream?
I do.
Ice cream truck shows up. I got some bad news though.
Aw.
They're all out of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. But
Nobody,
they
who
do.
likes strawberry?
Some people like strawberry. Although sometimes a little strawberry is good.
No.
Sometimes a little strawberry is good.
No, you're incorrect.
Am I old? I think I'm geriatric actually. So they don't have any of like the
You
regular.
still
things.
do have a checkbook.
They don't even have moose tracks. I love moose tracks.
I was thinking cookie dough, but okay.
They don't even have cookie dough either. But you know what they do have? Guns
I mean,
and
it's-
ammunition.
at this point, I feel like guns are more important.
They're probably gonna do well. So there's a large ice cream van that is disguising itself, so they don't know that it belongs to the folks who are doing the coup d'état, and it is being driven by Second Lieutenant Rebecca Catalina.
Well, she's in the back. She's not actually driving.
Oh, that's true. Oh, she's not driving, but she's in the back. Of course, remember Rebecca. She's Hawkeye's friend, and she's...
Got sexually harassed by...
She's gotten, sexually harassed before, and she's like, don't talk to me unless you have money. So real for that.
In this economy.
Yeah. And so a lot of these weapons include a lot of Jingyi's weapons. So they have Jingyi's tear gas grenades, and a lot of different stuff are supplies from a lot of things. So it's a good haul. And then they go to see who's driving the van, and it is...
Oh, thank you.
It's good to see you, Colonel. It's been a long time, huh?
Yay!
Turning to active duty without permission, sir.
Can I go talk to my parents now? Tell them I'm not dead.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't charged in by now.
You're getting the whole gang back together.
The Colonel's restraining
sorry,
himself since
people.
we're
I
in
did
the
not
city.
burn her
Oh,
alive, but I still feel the
came all
whole
the way to
homunculus.
Central to find a good man, but you're all just a bunch
Don't
of
fuck with
sissies.
me. We're gonna be here the whole time? Like the whole episode.
I remember the whole arc. I couldn't tell you what happened.
There.
Second Lieutenant Maria Ross.
Woo!
So Maria's back. Maria has returned from Jing, and she is ready to fuck him up.
If you remember, Mustang burned her to a crisp, but then actually didn't burn her to a crisp.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we tell Denny that?
We should probably tell
We
Denny
should
that.
probably tell Denny. She's
poor
fine.
Denny. Poor Denny. I love him. And
I do too, but he needs...
He's kind of dopey, but that's okay.
I was gonna say, Armstrong knows.
Armstrong knows.
Oh, right, because he was there. Right.
Yeah.
Armstrong, can you just whisper to him real quick and be like,
it's fine.
It's fine. She's fine.
It's okay. And so it's a very nice reunion. And even Mustang...
I would say it's a nice reunion. I don't know if this is either your computer, but the way that it was cut was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, it has very some hard cuts to some of the
Was that
moments.
budget, or is that just an anime thing?
No, I think it's more of usually that's an anime to portray a shock and a reveal. Hard cuts are huh? And so it was more the shock of everyone coming back. Because this is actually not in the plan. They weren't planning on bringing Maria back. She came back on her own volition. So she volunteered. She's like, let's go. I'm ready to party.
That makes me think of the Speed Racer bit in Channel Chasers and Fairly Odd Parents. Ah, ooh, ah.
Which, the more I think about it, feels kind of weird.
That they did that, or?
Reflecting back on that. It was also that, and I think they did a Dragon Ball Z kind of thing, but it was... I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that.
I'm pretty sure I've only seen one Dragon Ball Z thing in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't actually remember it. Which one's which? Which one's... No. I was thinking of this one character, but I'm I think that's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Probably.
There's the white guy with the spiky hair, but
that's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Blonde. And
that's Yu-Gi.
Remember when that was a thing for a hot minute?
Yeah, I liked Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think my one friend who was a tomboy tried to have me play Yu-Gi-Oh! The card.
Oh, I don't understand the card game. The card game has a lot of weird.
Well, that's the thing with also with when you got Pokemon trading cards, that's how you played it, and then they were I win, and I'm I don't even know what I'm doing.
I'm just throwing the cards out, no idea what's going on. But in the conversation between Mustang and Maria, he's like, hey, where'd you get all these cool supplies? She's like, you can thank them yourself. And we have a moment being who is supplying them?
I didn't know you were involved in this. Not that I'm complaining. But I do have to ask, where did you procure all these weapons? And who did you go through to get them?
Guy.
You asked who? I'll let him tell you.
I'm honored to have your support.
Man, whose ass do you think you're kissing?
I'd prefer it if we kept
Yay!
things casual, Colonel. We offer everything you could possibly need.
Aww.
From underwear to arms, and we're just a phone call away. This is Havoc's, your neighborhood general store.
Oh,
you mean Havoc?
Aw.
I'm so happy.
Who do I send the bill to?
The Office of the Fuhrer.
This music gives me so much hope.
So sweet.
Fullmetal
Yay!
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Hello?
And Mustang is very formal. He's like, this is Colonel Roy Mustang. Thank you for supplying.
And then he finds out who it is.
And then the first lady goes, bruh, it's not that serious. And it's actually Gene Havoc. So Havoc is back, which is surprising.
So his family runs a grocery store?
His family runs a general store.
Ah.
Yes.
Which means that I'm about to say, should general stores be selling weapons?
I mean, in this economy,
I like a general store though.
Yeah.
I remember there was like one up in the Poconos when my parents picked me up from overnight camp, and we would like go to it. It was so nice.
Yeah.
I like a general store. They've got all the old timey stuff.
Yeah.
Find a general store on the way to on our road trip.
Yeah, but
I did anything. I told my therapist about a road trip. I'll tell you later.
Oh yeah.
But she was like, "Do this." Okay.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so this is not necessarily news to us because when, Havoc, of course, was first injured and he was like, I'm leaving the military. He's like, I'm just going to go work at my family store. So, of course, his family store is a general store and he gets to use his connections through that to supply the resistance.
Hooray!
Which is excellent. And Havoc is back, which seems like from your chart, you were not expecting him to pop back.
I thought maybe like a little bit, but I didn't. I wasn't expecting him to like be in battle. Like
yeah,
so that's why I think like he could probably live.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like
he's permitted to live.
No, because like I said with the other military people, like it's a maybe because they're fighting. Havoc isn't fighting. Like my only thing is just like if they find out where they got the weapons and then they murder his entire family, which like I'm not saying couldn't happen.
Yeah,
but I'm also thinking like
there's enough going on right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like
there's not enough time to like plan. That.
Or unless we get we do the circle thing and then everybody dies.
Yay! Oh no, never mind. Anyway, so we're going to pop over to our main character because it's been a second since we've seen him. Of course, we are outside of Kaimo, which is the slums of Central, and we see the group that was kind of previously fighting Pride and Gluttony, then Pride because Gluttony got consumed.
Eated.
He got eated. And they have been here preparing for the promised day, and they're about to go kind of do their own thing. What are you up to,
we're not
Papa?
even up. Oh my God, nobody's really far from Central.
From within the city.
We're all pretty close.
But I could faintly hear a siren as well.
I think it's safe to say the Colonel and the Briggs troops have made their move.
Have they slept at all?
The city's got to be in complete chaos.
I doubt it. I think they're just running on pure energy.
I'm not that strong. Don't look at the sun.
He might have gotten too
But don't you
big
need all
for
your
his own,
homunculi
but he's
to
still
help or
inside
no?
a blast.
Not always.
And if we
So
destroy
I would say what's the point of holding Pride, but then I'm like, well, he's gonna kill you.
we might be able to kill him. And not only that, we might be able to free all the souls that he has trapped inside of him.
Oh, that would be nice.
So they can go where?
Well,
how do we
Be at
find
peace?
the bastard then?
That's fair.
We can use the same tunnel that May
What are you talking about? The souls and envy were fine.
It's guarded by a pack of vicious chimeras.
Yogi, I think you should stay behind as well.
Probably.
With me.
They're fine.
That'll be okay.
Just be careful.
Right.
Oh, that's so cute. Something bad's gonna happen, isn't it? Fucking child. Can we kill the child?
That'd be great.
I'm bored. Man, I'm so bored here.
So Hohenheim, I'm just reading from the wiki now, explains he does have a counter to the Nationwide Transportation Circle, but it's going to be better if they just prevent that circle from coming place altogether. So they're going to head into Central.
So the plan is to prevent it altogether, but if we don't, I have a counter, which will probably still lead to some death, but like not.
Yeah, but at least, not everyone will
so
die.
So no death if we can prevent it right away, but like some death if we don't do that. So like,
yeah,
hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Exactly, and that's how we're operating. And so they are going to try, per Scar's suggestion, they're going to use the underground tunnel, then to, go to that main central area underground of Central proper, and, where Father hangs out and all that good stuff. So they are kind of deciding who's going to go where. Yoki, Heinkel, and Dr. Marker are going to stay behind. Because for various reasons, they're not big fighters, and there's going to be.
They're not. Well, one of them is, but he's injured.
Michael is injured, so he needs.
He probably shouldn't be fighting.
He probably should not be fighting.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, and then Yoki and Marco are not fighters. So
yeah. So they're just going to go be in town for a little bit. Let's see. We're going to go back into the city. Oh, hey.
Oh, she didn't get there yet. Okay, so then one of my theories on. Well, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
How did it take her 3 months? She wasn't that far.
She got tiny legs.
No, I know, but like, she would have gotten there in like a couple weeks.
Yeah. We see Mei Chang. So she has been, of course, journeying back. She was on her way to
I thought she would have gotten back by this point.
Yeah, she took the long way, I think.
Well, what? No, where were they before? So
she was at the border. She got to the border.
Okay.
Of the country. Like, she was about ready to cross into the desert before Envy was like, okay, but like, what if we didn't do that? And
then she went back, so like, we don't actually, but like, so the border to Central is farther than I thought it was.
Yeah, and again, it depends how you're traveling. If you're going by train, I don't think it's that far, but if she's avoiding capture because she is wanted by the military, she may have been avoiding the major forms of transportation. It would have taken a lot longer.
Okay. Since I assumed that she was there, it turns out she wasn't there, so.
Yeah.
So
which changes, I think, probably your placement on if she's gonna make it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's looking a little hairy for her.
It's not looking great. I think I put her in like maybe / dead. I think I'm more just like I'm gonna bump them up now to just like maybe.
Solid maybe.
Maybe.
Mei Chang, I'm pulling for you, and Xiaomei.
I would love it if they lived, but I'm just concerned.
Yes.
Like I don't put people in these places because I like them.
That's true. Because it's what the narrative demands. Anyway, so yes, Mei Chang, of course, still has Envy in a jar. Envy is still is like little baby slug form, the truest form that Envy has. And then
I love it. It's like father's just like in the forest, like, oh, here's a slug. I'm gonna make them a homunculus.
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't this be funny if? And Mei Chang, of course, is then going to go because she's just basically listening. Envy's like, hey, we're gonna go here, then you're gonna get the secret of immortality, and then you're gonna be good, and you're gonna get everything you ever wanted. And Mei's like, okay.
And if you can't trust Envy, who can you trust?
Honey, May, I love you, but you're making it hard for me, May.
It would have been nice if like somebody went with her who understands. I know like nobody really could have gone with her.
Yeah, because she was going to her home country, and everyone else was fixated on fixing their own country, which like fair. So we're gonna go to back in Central. We're gonna follow Olivier for a little longer.
Yeah, she's having fun.
Why, do you really think you can get away with this?
Yes. I'd like to ask you the same question for
Where's
what
father?
you're doing.
Good question.
This father guy must have told you his plans.
The select few of us that he's chosen will ascend to even greater heights.
Definitely will.
Change the world.
And you won't get killed.
All of the sacrifices made are an unavoidable part of it.
You bastards are beyond hopeless.
What?
Nice!
Oh, I love her. Stab.
Kill.
You scum sit back and safely watch the battlefield as if it were some kind of
You aren't
spectator
supposed to. You aren't
sport.
supposed to.
You don't know anything about sacrifice, and yet you're the first to talk about its necessity.
You're betraying your country.
Is she?
You think I'm still not as merciful as our celebrated hero of Ishval?
No.
Nice!
Oh, I love her.
Guys, she's got a gun and a sword. Maybe don't.
She's unstoppable.
Stone cold bitch.
Stone cold bitch. I love it. And so yeah, she's trying to get more information out of them. She's like, hey, do you even know like what the hell is going on here? And the guy's like, of course I know. I'm one of the inmost circle. Unlike you, you're not even supposed to be here.
No,
you're just keeping you.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna live.
Yeah, we're definitely just keeping you hostage. He's saying some dumbass shit, and she's like, word? And stabs him.
Well, I'm confused. They said like they're keeping her hostage. I'm like, I thought that they thought that she was on their side, or they leaning towards like maybe she's not.
This is also the first time this is revealed to us, because I think we are led to believe up until this point that like she is going to be initiated into this innermost sanctum because she knows things that she is not supposed to, and she does have a high position, and she does have some connections that do, I think, make her more powerful. But they're saying that like, actually, no, they're basically afraid of her crew, which they should be, because they are terrifying. They're awesome, but they're terrifying. And they're like, no, if we keep you here, then they're not gonna pull some funny business on us. Like, they're not gonna join this coup that's going on because you're here. And she's like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. Like, they'll leave me behind if they have to. They're not gonna,
I think that's kind of a lie.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. I think they're the people who understand what needs to be done, but they would find an option 3 before they, do, like, sacrifice something that they shouldn't, or before they,
because even like she's like that, because like that part with like the tunnel where it's like 24 hours and she's like,
so we know she's actually got a heart under all of that. Don't tell her we know that.
Listen, she definitely cares about her team and not her family, or her biological family. She cares about her maid family.
Exactly. I mean, she does care about her biological family a little bit, maybe not her brother.
He's a coward who definitely didn't do the right thing.
Aw, we love Alex here. And we stan Alex Armstrong in this household.
This is chaos. Father's like, what the fuck is going on? Yay!
Hey, Major! Major Armstrong!
Oh, okay.
What are you doing here, Sergeant? Isn't this supposed to be your day off?
I saw the smoke from my house.
They're attempting to flee with the Fuhrer's wife as their hostage.
What? That devious coward. First he murdered
Denny.
Lieutenant Ross, and now
Denny.
he's
Denny
killed the
doesn't
Fuhrer's
know.
wife.
Oh, he's so mad about
Has got
Maria.
to be
Of
pure
course he
evil.
Armstrong's like, yeah, sure.
Can we tell Denny?
Major, I have just received word that General Armstrong shot and killed General Gardner at Central Command.
She killed him?
Hell yeah. Foo's like, dumma me.
Hi, Foo.
Just an old fella who he's playing it up like he is not on Mustang's side, and he's kind of, doing regular military stuff. And then Denny shows up.
Yeah.
Remember Denny? Oh, Denny.
And he's like, what's going on? Can I help?
He's like, Denny, this is literally your day off. And he's like, turns out, that Mustang guy started a coup. Who'da thunk?
And Denny's pissed.
Denny is so pissed.
He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, because in his mind, he doesn't know, 1, that this is a good thing, and 2, that Mustang didn't kill Maria. And he's still pretty pissed about that, because, I mean, like...
They were friends.
I mean, like, imagine, they worked very closely together. And, like, it sucks, because if you think about it, like, there's this person that you
might have been fucking.
About. Maybe not.
I don't actually think they were fucking. No, I don't.
I think they were just friends.
I feel like wasn't she like more upper rank than him?
Yeah.
That seems like unethical.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't actually.
But like it's gotta suck to be Denny, because think about it, like the person that you were closely with, who it was someone, a very sound and good character. They were very obviously framed for something, and the military, like, what actually happened, and no one's listening to you. No one even wants to be in the same room as you to listen. And then before you even get a chance to be heard, somebody just offs and kills her, and then everyone moves about the rest of their life like nothing happened. And then he's had to deal with this for months. So it's bad to be. So it kind of sucks. I am
kind of wondering, is like Denny gonna like Denny kind of feels like the guy who like would do his job, but I feel like if he gets a chance, he's gonna like try to kill Mustang until he gets like that's why we need to tell him.
Yeah, he should probably know something before he does something stupid.
Like Maria should like go find and be like, hey, it was all a ruse.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah,
just play along.
And so Fu is also here, but he's just kind of listening in. He's just kind of eavesdropping.
Things are happening quicker than I expected them to. I need to find the young lords.
We still have 13 episodes left.
Wait. It feels like the presence has somehow tripled in size since yesterday.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
That's not good. Oh, Father.
This is fine.
Is it? Oh, the animals can like sense it as well. Mm-hmm. Aww. Wait, that's all kind of. I'm concerned. That's creepy. I don't like this. Something bad's about to happen.
Why? It's just hitting the helmet.
Get in there.
Well, there's a brief scene where we see just like what Father's up to, and he's just sitting in his chair, listening.
To what?
Nothing. Surely there's no sound.
What?
That's traveling to him. We're not going to worry about it. That's for next episode.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm doing the episode split right. So Ed and the team have gone into Central, and they know they're going to go to the alternate entrance to Laboratory 3.
Other way we can get in.
I'm not sure they're connected to that.
The third laboratory.
Remember?
That's how Al and the Colonel snuck underground when they fought Lust.
Rip Lust.
We hardly knew ye.
They've only got 3 MPs guarding the entrance. Now that's a number I'm comfortable with.
That doesn't seem...
This is perfect for me to throw some weight around and use my title.
Ed!
Okay.
Help me, please!
Ed, you're a fugitive!
I need you to help me. Scar is trying to kill me!
You motherfucker!
That was a mean thing to do.
Ah, shut up. Come on.
Papa!
He's like, I didn't teach you this.
Pardon us.
I didn't really teach you anything because I wasn't there, but...
You didn't have to beat them up, son. It's not like... Hey, you don't even need to do...
It's so dramatic. I like how Hohenheim's really getting to know his son here, and his son is just a really jackass kid with horrible taste. He's like, maybe it's good that I love.
Or he's a 16-year-old?
Yeah, but Ed's like, oh my god, I got an idea. And he runs up to the guards, and he's like, oh my god, it's me, Edward Elric, I'm a state alchemist.
Which, like, I get concerned, like, aren't you also a wanted fugitive?
I think, I would assume that the people who really want him are in the upper echelons, and so not everyone knows to get him. So if they're, like, really low ranking, and they don't know everything, they're probably just like, oh my god, it's Ed Elric. And he's like, obviously, he's like, oh my god, you gotta help me. And they're like, what's going on? And he's like, Scar is there. And Scar's just standing there like, what? And then Ed like kicks the shit out of him. It's really good.
Now that wasn't very nice.
And then Papa is like, that was kind of mean. I love Hohenheim in these episodes because I feel like we've gotten to the point, like we've seen this really minor evolution through Hohenheim.
It feels like he's got more happier since he's, I don't know, told his children about his trauma.
Yeah, I think we have seen this kind of defrosting of Hohenheim from someone who's like incredibly guarded to like what he actually, like who he actually is as a person. Because we see, I mean, a lot of the beginning of the series, we're looking at him through Ed's eyes, which is somebody who's like very disconnected, has like a very... is very walled off, and isn't really giving much.
Very cold, and then
very
like
cold, yeah.
you learn when you like get like a sense of like he's definitely like got some trauma that like
Yeah.
his like, and he's like has it all in his face, and, like he's like guarded in that
Yeah.
sense. And then once like he's like released it, it kind of just feels like he's very much like a like a nice sarcastic guy.
He's kind of like a funny guy. He's actually pretty funny, and we get to see. I feel like the Hohenheim that we're seeing now is more in line with the Hohenheim that we saw in flashbacks with Trisha.
Yeah.
So now, which I think is more evidence of his like real self. And I love that. Anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like Trisha, like maybe like because it sounds like he was like, oh wait, probably like became even like I guess like even like when he was like a young servant, he also seemed kind of like funny.
Yeah, he was funny. He also, but when he was young, he really came off very much like Ed, I think.
Yeah.
His personality.
And I feel like he was like cold off when he met Trisha, that Trisha kind of like was like being a person and like got him to open up and that kind of thing, so.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so once they finally get downstairs, they're going to split up. So they split up and go in groups.
You and Scar can lead a team the other way.
Ed!
Why do I have to go with him?
Ed!
It's best to divide the groups based
Ed,
on their
time
skill.
and place.
Time and place.
Now,
We got it,
he told
like...
me that he was somehow able to turn off
This
your
is not really the time to act
Scar
like a
is still
child,
capable of
unfortunately,
using
even though
his,
you are a
but
child.
were rendered helpless. My alchemy is a little unique, so I'll be fine on my own. On second
I'm
thought,
special.
it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a bodyguard, so I might as well take the young lady with me.
Don't be a creep, Hohenheim. He's not a creep. He's just
If
funny.
any of
He's
us
just a
discover
silly
the
guy.
enemy, I'd rather keep the young lady's company for myself than share it with a lot of you.
He's just trying to be funny, isn't he?
Let's go.
Because also, like, she's like, what, like, 8? How old is she?
Yeah, she's not that old. She's probably like 16.
So legal.
Yeah. Hohenheim says that Ed has to go with Scar, and Ed, of course, Ed is not. Ed's been working with Scar. He's still not a fan of that guy.
And I'm like,
I want
Ed,
to be with him.
Time and place. I get why you're not a fan, because, like, one, he's killed you. Well, two, he killed, like, your aunt and uncle, essentially. Yes. And hurt your friend.
Yeah.
/ crush.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but, like, we're in a battle right now. You can't really pick and choose what you want.
Exactly. And so the reason that they're put together is because Hohenheim says that we know that Father has this weird ability to turn off alchemy, but it works. But alchemy works, or alchemy kind of combined with alchemy works. So Scar still has his abilities whenever alchemy is turned off. Ed does not. So he's like, you should probably go with that guy.
That's fair.
Because he's gonna be able to, he's gonna function if anything goes wrong. The Chimeras, they're beefy. They can go by their own. And then Hohenheim is like, he's like, oh, you can come with me. He says to Lanfan. It's like, and I'll take the lady.
I might need a bodyguard.
So I'll take the lady. And so he's kind of coming off as, like, kind of a silly old man here. But that's not why he's doing that.
Yeah. I don't think that's revealed yet, Is it?
Yeah, it is in this episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we get to see, because Hohenheim's coming off is just
it's
like,
kind of
I'm going to hang out with the lady.
It's coming up as, like, a bit of a creep, but, like, I'm like...
I think it was,
like, kind of... It's like, he's trying to make a joke, but it's coming off creepy. And, like, it's like a thing of, like, somebody's like, no, that actually sounds creepy, and then he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, okay. Don't be weird. That's fine. Hohenheim's a lot of things. He's not.
I believe you.
So, you're getting desperate to search for the Xingyi's prince, aren't you? Go find him.
Oh.
But
You don't need to worry about us. You care deeply about him, don't you?
Is he your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is he your boyfriend?
Yeah. She sacrifices her arm for him.
Yeah.
That's why he
just straight up ran up a wall.
I was like, that's
be careful.
Okay. So it's not creepy. Luckily, we're not being creepy.
Yeah, no, I never thought that was the case. Oh, Hohenheim.
Oh, he's got a different plan for everybody, doesn't he?
But as the Hohenheim and Lanfan are kind of walking off, he's like, hey, I know that you're just here because you want to figure out what's happening to your prince guy. I see you like him a lot. I can tell you really care about him.
You gave your arm away for him.
Ling and Lanfan sitting in a tree, Kissing, whatever. If you're gonna go look for him.
Lanfan!
Yeah. If you want to go peace out and just look for him,
go.
I'm cool. And she's like, thank you. And then pieces right on
out. Okay. Is he going to find Father to confront him first, like a Star Wars thing?
Who knows?
Like, remember, like, Obi-Wan and Darth, like that?
Oh, yeah!
You know what I'm thinking? Like, is he going because, like, I need to confront him about this?
Who knows?
And he doesn't want his kid involved?
That would be unfortunate.
But unfortunately, now, like, Father's got leverage on Hohenheim, which is, I can just kill your, like, one of your sons here. Yeah. The other one is definitely still in a dome. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Definitely still there.
For now. And then, let's see.
The end?
Oh yeah! Oh my god, we're gonna close this episode. Dara. Dara, do you remember? You remember that weird little spot?
Don't say remember. We know what's happening here.
And like, remember those like weird, creepy looking mannequins that they're like, yeah, this is gonna be our immortal soldiers.
Like skeletons mixed with like the weird baby things from the Matrix.
Yeah, it's all like a work in progress. So we're probably not gonna use them yet.
Not gonna bump it up to 50?
It's time to bump it up to 50.
Damn it.
Please, sir, don't! We still haven't finished the soul bonding
test. No!
Shut up! What else are we gonna use them?
Not to 50!
This is the exact kind of situation we worked so hard to make them for!
Oh, all the wires.
This is fine.
It's not, though.
Go, now! Teach those treacherous rebels a lesson!
We have some, like, zombie... Is that, like, ultimate shield body armor? Ew. Oh, that's a... Oh. I don't like this.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
Oh, no. Guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
It only goes to 11 now.
So we're gonna power on these immortal soldiers and see what happens. But before we can do that, the episode ends. Well, we start seeing them, turn on, and it's freaky and disturbing, and we hate it.
And maybe we find out how dumb these people are.
Oh, they're so dumb, but we'll figure that out next time. So that's that episode. Dara, what do we think? Don't be shy.
Thank you. I'm trying to think, 'cause I'm still a bit concerned about how, like, we're gonna essentially do, like, a day thing in, like, 13, 14 episodes.
Yeah.
But, like, one, we're moving pretty quickly. This seems, like, very much like the action-packed parts.
Yeah.
So, like, it seems, I guess, like, I'm like, okay, like, if we're gonna have, like, a bunch of just basically, like, a few episodes that are just, like, fighting, and then, like, I feel like we're gonna have an episode of, like, full discussion. Like, there's gonna be an episode that's just, like,
we have to debrief.
But I would honestly love an episode of just, like, Hohenheim finds father, and they're just, it's just, like, an episode of them talking. That
like,
sounds
hey, man.
That sounds like philosophy, like, literally, like, a...
Oh, that could be fun.
Like a Vision v. Vision episode.
Yeah!
That would be fun.
That would be good. That'd be really good. Yeah. That'd be good. I mean, think about it. We have...
Because, like, we do take time to get a lot done, if we think about it.
Exactly. Well, I was going to say, even if we're going by your dead list, if we're figuring out who's not going to see the light of heaven, we have many sins left. We still, like, we got Sloth left. We got probably Wrath. We're assuming he's still kicking for various reasons. We got to figure... I mean, whatever happens to Greed, we don't know.
Greed is the least of our worries right now.
Envy, it technically, while still a slug in this episode.
Envy's just a slug, he's fine.
Yeah. And then we got Pride. So, like...
But he's locked up, he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but even if we think about, like, how long it took to deal with Gluttony and Lust, of course, the two Monkey Light are no longer here, that takes a while. Yeah. So, like, if we're dealing with all these guys, I think it's just dealing with them is going to take some time.
I do kind of wonder, I'm not 100% sure, but, like, that logic of, like, if, like, the main person who created them dies, then they all die.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure that's how it works.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, I think, but they are sustained through philosophy.
That's
stones,
true.
And those can work... They seemingly function, although we don't. That's true. We also don't know, because if Father can, like, turn on and off alchemy, who knows what else can happen?
Right. So. But, like, also, and then, like, there's that. Then we gotta figure out how we're gonna get Ed and Elle's bodies back. We gotta.
That's true.
Rebuild the whole.
We have to stop the Promised Day.
We've stopped the Promised Day. Mm-hmm. Rebuild the whole country, technically.
Yeah. Install a new government.
That's all. So, like, we have a lot.
What if we just have, like, an entire episode that's just it's just political campaigning?
I feel like we're gonna need to, like, have episodes of, like, okay, like we're gonna fight this. We've stopped the promise. I don't know, like, maybe, like, I would believe that, like, we might not fully stop the Promise Day and, like, people will die, but, like, it's gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our best.
We're gonna do our best. All right. Would you like some trivia?
Sure.
All right, this episode is adapted from content in chapters 89 and 90 of the manga. The symbol that appears in the background of this episode's title card is the male dragon on the Amestrian flag. In the corresponding manga chapter, Olivier Armstrong asserts that Central's weak defenses stem from never having had to ward off an attack in the entire history of the nation. I mean, think about it. They're causing a lot of their skirmishes or their conflicts have been at the border, never at the
They're going to the countries and causing the skirmishes.
And so they never had to be strong at the central location.
Somebody should have thought of that.
However, in this episode, she also remarks that the near victory of anime-only character Isaac McDougall in episode 1 is further indication of the capital's weak defenses. I missed that line when she said that.
Central has never endured a full-scale assault, at least not by a large, organized enemy force. So then, your men are lacking in proper experience.
I was probably too busy.
Remember the pilot?
Remember the pilot? Do you remember the pilot?
No, I don't, actually.
Let's see. This is the last episode of season 4.
That's weird. I feel like the last episode should have been the last episode of season 4.
Agreed. This is a very weird split because this episode flows really directly into the next one. I mean, this is
like the last one. Like the sun came up. It's like, oh, the Promised Day. That's a great. Like,
it's the Promised Day. Yeah. Right.
It feels like, do we like divide? I mean, I don't know, like how like they divide up seasons in like Japan and stuff. But like, I'm wondering if it was like a weird like dividing thing with like.
I think it's just by episode number. And I said, like, when you're adapting from a manga, you usually just like going chapter by chapter, and you just have to like have splits for, I think, the convenience sake, whatever.
Is there any manga that hasn't been adapted to a series?
so many have not been adapted. I mean, manga's huge. Like, there's so many.
I guess I know, like, anime's huge as well, so it's like...
Yeah, but it takes a lot more work, obviously, to make an animation. I mean, I'm not saying that manga artists don't work hard. I'm not saying that, because, like, that's, like, one person doing all that work. But, like, animation is a very long and arduous process.
So manga's not, like, we make, like, a comic book where, like, somebody's, like, doing the art and somebody's doing the writing?
Sometimes, not always.
Okay.
A lot of the time, it's just, like, one dude putting out like 30 pages a month, which is even more than that. It's the workload of manga artists in Japan is insane, and unfortunately a lot of manga artists die young from overworking themselves. That's
upsetting.
Sad and depressing. Or they have like weird health issues that they die from. So makes me sad. I think that's not always the case. That's just
well. There's like I guess like if it's like I only think of like an independent comic person or like cartoonist, like they'll maybe do like their own thing, but like probably they plan it out better.
And just like
not better, but like
and just like in America, there's also been like some independent like web comics that have gone on to have more traditionally published manga and then gone on to be made into an anime. I'm thinking about One Punch Man specifically, but there's others as well. And some others that I won't say the name of.
Okay.
For take me back to some dark times. Anyway, high school, man. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. Anything else before we take a break?
Can we get to the next episode?
Let's get to the next episode. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 51, The Immortal Legion. Stay tuned. All right. Oh my god. Was that like an hour?
55 minutes.
It's gonna be a long day. Because there was a lot to talk about. I'm excited.
There is a lot to talk about.
No, don't the ice cream truck.
I want vanilla.
They're Shingi's tear gas bombs with extra pepper spray.
Damn it! Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
So this flame alchemist
Can
we're
we
up
get Danny
against.
out of there?
I thought he was supposed to be some big war hero
Same
in
haircut?
Islam.
Yeah,
Similar
he doesn't really seem to live up to his legend,
Essential
does
special.
he?
Good point. All of
Hohenheim's a lot of things. He's not a creep.
I believe you.
So, you're getting desperate to search for the Shingi's prince, aren't you?
He need help in a genocide, though. And he killed Tony.
Alright, see you at the post-credit.
This is fine.
This is fine.
It's not fine.
This might just be a preview.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot the next episode. It's called The Immortal Legion.
The Immortal Legion. Yeah, why? Of course. What else would it be? What else would it be? I love this show.
Death and Despair.